Now, tonight I was hoping to bring a video to you about Wolston House and some of the issues that surround Wolston House and discussions about public history and I guess the dilution of public history. Now, tonight's video is going to be something a little bit different, but it's very much in the same vein, and it came about as of 6 p.m. tonight when I was finalizing the video about Wolston House. So very, very much in the same vein. Now, as of 6 p.m. tonight, out of the blue, due to a post that I had shared on Haunts of Brisbane tonight, I received a message from a group that I have had no dealings with in the past, I have never mentioned in the past, but a group nonetheless, paranormal group, that felt the need to reach out. Now, I'm going to post the complete interaction because I think it's important to understand the complete interaction, and that will lead into what was going to be probably about a 10-minute video on Wolston House and some of the dilution of Brisbane history, but is now probably going to be a 20 or 30-minute video about the dilution of probably more generally Southeast Queensland history. So bear with me. Here is the post that I received at 6 p.m. So the below came through out of the blue at 6:04 tonight when I received a message via the Haunts of Brisbane from Pete Casalato. It stated, "Hey lame," couldn't even spell my name right. "My name is Pete from Watchers Paranormal Australia. Call me on phone number. We need to discuss a few issues ASAP," all in caps lock. So I sent a message back saying, "Do we, Pete?" To which I received a voice message.
"Yes, we do, mate. I'd appreciate a phone call."
To that, I sent another message saying if you can pop them in writing, that'd be great. Not the writer, Pete decided to send another voice message.
"Yeah, no worries, mate. If you want to do that, I'll contact Brisbane City Council and I might have a chat to a couple of people I know, mate, and we'll see where this goes. So you have a nice day."
So immediately on the defensive, I shot a message back saying, "Sounds like a threat, Pete. What's this regarding?" To that, Pete sent another 2 voice messages. First one,
"Hey, mate, I don't threaten. I'm not threatening anyone. I'm just going to make a couple of phone calls because you guys, you and your mate Chris Dawson, have decided to bring me and Dan from Night Watchers Paranormal into this. So I think it's unfair and unjust. So I'm going to make some phone calls. You guys want to drag my stuff and my content through your shit, then I'm going to contact people I know, and we'll see where that gets you, hey?"
so a little bit erratic, obviously getting some messages coming through while he's making that voice message. But second one,
"My friend, if you'd like to know where I'm coming from, I'll send you the link to shit from Chris Dawson that you decided to post. So I'll take it further."
slurring a little bit, but we finally get to the crux of what old Pete is getting to. And he has sent me a link to Chris Dawson's article that I merely shared on the Haunts of Brisbane this morning. So he's coming after me and is very, very upset over a link that was shared on the Haunts of Brisbane this morning. Now, on the back end of sending me through that link, he leaves another 2 voice messages.
And come on, let's admit it, mate. We know where Chris Dawson is going with this. I don't know who the guy is. Maybe he's chasing 2 minutes of fame. I don't really care. Don't involve me in yours and his shit. Don't appreciate it, mate.
Second voice message.
"I'm quite happy for you to call me so we can have a conversation about it. But I don't know what I've done to the guy, and I don't know what I've done to you for you to post that his shit on your page. I don't appreciate it, mate.
Now, on the back end of all of this, I send another message saying, can't say that I know you, have had no dealings with you, and you're currently using a carrier service to harass, which is a criminal offence. Do not contact me again. Unfortunately, old Pete's not one for advice and decided to leave yet another voice message, a minute-long one this time.
Come on, mate. You know exactly who I am. It's funny, mate. It's a criminal offence. So what you're doing by slandering others is not a criminal offence. You need to get your shit right, mate. Figure it out. So I'll make those phone calls that I said I was to the council, and we'll see how successful your tours are, mate. Because you come after us, Dan and I, and we've done nothing to you or your mate Chris Dawson, I'm going to retaliate. So I'll speak to some people I know in the council, and we'll see how your tours go, mate. So I'm happy with that, dude. I won't contact you again, but if I see anything regarding or towards Dan and myself, I'll be taking it further legally. What I mean by that is I will be coming after you for defamation of character. Do you understand? You and Chris Dawson. You want to post his crap on your page? I'll come after you too, mate, legally. So back off.
And so there you have it. Purely through sharing a link on the Haunts of Brisbane page today at 10:15 this morning, by 6 o'clock tonight, I was getting threats that Haunts of Brisbane tours are going to be shut down in Toowong Cemetery. Tours are going to be shut down in South Brisbane Cemetery. Old Pete Casalato from his newfound place down in South Australia. And yes, Pete, I had no idea who you were until you poked me, poked the bear. I've gone back onto your Night Watchers page to have a look to figure out who the hell you are, because I really had no idea who you were up until this point. You've moved down to South Australia, but you feel the need to stir up here in Brisbane. Good for you. I don't know what more to say. However, that being said, there is still going to be a post coming from Haunts of Brisbane about Wolston House. Chris Dawson wrote a very poignant article that was shared on the Haunts of Brisbane page this morning about the dilution of Brisbane history. There was some incredible stuff that I saw at Wolston House yesterday. And as I said on the Haunts of Brisbane page, there was some amazing to and fro last night. There was some just absolutely mind-numbing to and fro last night that I got, not so much via comments, but via private messages as well, questioning my integrity as a heritage professional. I'm university qualified in heritage. I've worked in heritage for many, many years. Many private messages saying that I should steer clear of Wolston House because it's not my site as a paranormal person, despite the fact that I've got qualifications in heritage. But there will be a video coming, so it's probably not going to be roughly the 8 or 10 minutes that I was planning on. It's probably going to be closer to 20 or 30 minutes now. Considering that groups like Night Watchers Paranormal, who were never mentioned on Haunts of Brisbane, have now decided that they've injected themselves into this argument. You're now definitely on my radar, guys. To Pete and Dan, I'm assuming that's who you are. Like, Pete was very, very clear saying that it was Pete and Dan, and you're very upset that if we ever drag you back in. Well, Pete and Dan, I'm going to drag you back in. I'm going to start going through your videos. Anyone who has ever followed the Haunts of Brisbane, guys, I've been around for well over 2 decades. For anyone who has followed Haunts of Brisbane, you know that I absolutely shit trash these dodgy paranormal outfits that go around to different venues and claim ghostly activity, I will be going back through every one of your videos. And honestly, underneath the Copyright Act, I will be posting whatever I want on your videos. I'll be putting bits and pieces up and I'll be critiquing them, because underneath fair dealing, under the Copyright Act, I have absolutely every right to do so. So good luck to you, Pete and Dan. Make your phone calls and I'll talk to you soon.